Hello, everybody. Here we are. I was lagging so bad last time I had to redo and reboot. Hello, everybody. Dustin, Starr here, coming to you from my home in Olive Branch, Mississippi, doing the live reaction to episode 110 today, the return of the big man, the 387-pound master of Fat Jitsu. I'm talking about K Toomer, who showed up and showed out at the very beginning of the show and the end of the show. And let's talk all about it because it was an action-packed episode of Memphis Wrestling. And, you know, if you're anything like me, it left you wanting more, especially more of the gun show and K Toomer, not only on the same screen at the same time, but being in the same ring at the same time. And I know, just like Gun Show said today on Memphis Wrestling, it is coming soon. What's up, everybody? Hello, Wrestling with MMA. He says, hey, Dustin, ending the show today. Ending to the show today. What about the ending? Now it's working, says Lamb. Okay. Have to watch the rest. Yeah, check out the rest. There was a lot that went on today. What's up, Big Dan? How are you? Good to see you back on television today, escorting the big man, K Toomer, back inside the WrestleCenter. There you go. Wrestling with MMA said, great ending. It wasn't necessarily a match. I thought we were going to have a Memphis Heritage Championship match, the Gun Show versus Maurice the Strong, which, heck, that could headline any card anywhere. But then K Toomer comes out and the Gun Show steps aside. Now, I'm with you guys. Why did we not have a three-way dance other than the fact that the Gun Show and K Toomer have a ton of respect for each other, and the Gun Show knew that there was a big-time receipt that the big man had to give to Maurice the Strong and Barnabas the Leader. So don't worry, these stories are not over yet. You know that K Toomer is not done with the Gun Show. Gun Show's not done with K Toomer, and they both probably have something for Maurice the Strong, especially after what he did a little while back. Ben, what's up? He said, glad to see K Toomer still standing tall. And you're out in Mississippi somewhere, right? I saw you in the live chat. Lamb is in the house. Next week on Memphis Wrestling is week 1 of our 3-week spring break presented by Homer Skelton Ford. So next week we kick into spring break mode, and then these I can't even explain to you how much fun that was at the WrestleCenter. Wait till you see the fans in attendance. It was so much fun. We were all dressed up in the spring break gear. Big Dan says, any word on how Ray Ray is doing? Good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, Ray Sanders being slammed and not only beaten in the back with that chair, but also slammed into a pile of chairs by Simon of the Posse. And somebody said it in the chat, when are teams going to learn? When are they going to stop challenging the Posse to street fights? Are you kidding me? These guys used everything but the kitchen sink. And you know what? If it wasn't screwed down, they would take that and hit you with it too. So yeah, Ray Sanders, it looks like he's going to be reevaluated in about 3 weeks or so to see how his back is healing. And I think pretty much, you know, Ray can still do all the things that you and I do. It's not like he's laid up in the hospital bed, but he was checked out by the medics. He did go to his local medical facility and got a checkup. They are going to reevaluate him in about 3 weeks and see when his return is going to be. But you saw Coach Derek, also his tag team partner, Coach Alan Steele, head coach at the WrestleCenter. If you're interested, WrestleCenter901.com. But you can see the two differences in the demeanors and the attitudes of the two. Alan Steele, he's been there. He's used all the weapons. He's cut all the corners. He's done all the cheap tactics that there is. And he's like, Ray, you knew what you were signing up for. But also in the same token, he's saying, Ray will be back. So I do think Ray will be back. Unfortunately, he's going to miss several weeks, maybe even a month or so, depending on what the diagnosis is. But yeah, it looks like Ray's okay, but he will not be in action anytime soon. All right, let me get caught up here. Good question, Big Dan. Patrick Moore says, hi, Dustin Starr. Sorry to keep asking, but my friends are asking me, is there any way to get the histories of the Memphis titles? Yes, Lamb actually sent that this week, and there is a note to make the website updated, so that will be provided to you, Patrick, by the show next week at least. Wrestling with MMA says, Dustin, I'd like to ask you, would you be a guest on my YouTube channel for an interview? Absolutely. I've actually been waiting on that invite. So Wrestling with MMA, just send me an email you can send it over to championshipwrestlingmemphis@gmail.com or just get in my inbox. And yes, Lamb actually helped me put together. Let me rephrase this. Lamb knows the title histories better than anybody, I would imagine. So he put those together, and we're going to put them on the website. So thank you so much for that, Lamb. Keith says, hell of an injury to Ray Sanders. What's up with the Reverend and his congregation? Yeah, man, what about this? We finally are going to get an update on Mid-South Coliseum, the building that me and many others went to over and over and over again every single Monday night to watch Memphis wrestling. Now, all of a sudden, not only are they talking about tearing it down, but Reverend Ash Taylor interrupts and said he's going to build a righteous center on top of the Mid-South Coliseum. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't support that. So anyways, looks like Big Swole Justin Cole had to step up. Big shout out to Marvin Stockwell of the Coliseum Coalition for coming on and talking Mid-South Coliseum with us. And a big thumbs down to the Reverend and his crew, whatever he calls them, the Righteous Path or whatnot. But, you notice that they didn't bully Big Swole around like they tried to do Ray Collins. Rob says, great show. Love tumor whooping Barnabas. I don't think it's over yet. That was just a little piece right there. Ben says, what do you think about the new Memphis Showboats in the USFL? I love it, man. There's been a lot of Showboats talk, actually. And I think that there's going to be some sort of meeting with Memphis Wrestling at some point to see if we could possibly tag team together. Of course, Memphis Wrestling was a part of the Grind City Wrestling Night at the FedEx Forum with the Memphis Grizzlies just a couple of days ago. And then just about a month ago, we were out at the University of Memphis Tigers game, doing Memphis Wrestling live on site there at FedEx Forum. In July, we'll be out at AutoZone Park with the Memphis Redbirds. So why not do football? Are you kidding me? Football, wrestling, and beer. Oh, yeah. Speaking of beer, tonight and tomorrow night at Dave & Buster's, you can watch WrestleMania with us absolutely free. I'm going to be there. I think Big Dan's going to be there. So many others are going to be there. You need to come out and check it out. It's absolutely free. That's Dave & Buster's in Memphis. Also nationwide, Dave & Buster's now plays the WWE pay-per-views and the AEW pay-per-views absolutely free at participating locations, but especially in Memphis where you can watch with us. Also, a quick reminder that on Sunday, April the 16th, Memphis Wrestling goes all elite with ECW legend Jerry Lynn. Not only is he coming to be a part of our television taping, and that's going to be awesome, let me tell you, but he's also taking part and conducting a seminar and a tryout session for the wrestlers and such around the area. So if you're interested in that seminar, there's limited space. If you're a wrestler or want to be a wrestler or thinking about being a wrestler, you should definitely take this seminar. It's only $75. Go to WrestleCenter901.com, and tickets for the event are as low as $10. If you use the discount code, you can get in for $5. Very, very cool stuff. That's coming up on April the 16th. Also, we have a brand new lineup. We're going to announce another show coming up this week. It's going to be another fundraiser, this time out in Tennessee. So lots going on. Get all the details at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. But Jerry Lynn coming. That is going to be great. Grind City Wrestling Night a couple of nights ago had Bully Ray and Tommy freaking Dreamer. So lots of really cool stuff coming up for Memphis Wrestling. Reverend Ashhole showed up to spoil the mood. That's right. How can the posse be stopped? Hopefully we'll find out soon. Wrestling with MMA. Lamb's wrestling knowledge is immense. Yes, it is. Rob says, Jennifer, justice is a habit. Is like my mother-in-law in a white wedding dress. Oh, in a nun outfit. I got you. Okay, so she's, guys, don't ask me. I have no idea. She's wearing a freaking nun outfit. It was good to see Big Swole. Wrestling says, Calvin, I'm on my lunch break. I have to clock back in a few. All right, I got you. I know you, Phil, lives in Texas where they tore down the Sportatorium. Yeah, I know, right? Larry says, hello, Dustin. All I can say is save the Coliseum. Speedy recovery to Ray Sanders. Welcome back, Action Jackson. And who else could Barnabas bring into that twisted circus of his? Keith says WrestleMania Night 1 and Stand and Deliver on the same night. Love it, along with Memphis Wrestling. Oh, yeah. Rob says Cassandra and MKZ turn out better than I expected. Could have turned ugly. There were no friends when a belt is involved. I totally agree, but what the heck is Big John Dalton doing? It looked like Big John Dalton a couple weeks ago was going to talk a little smack or something about Cassandra Golden until she walked up. And then today, right before the championship match with Cassandra Golden, it seemed like Big John Dalton was trying to say something. Mackenzie Morgan's not quite listening, so stay tuned for that. Somebody said in the live chat that there could be some sort of like love interest here. I never even thought of that until you said that. So who knows? Stay tuned to Memphis Wrestling. Maybe something will go down on our spring break edition. You know it's hosted by Big John Dalton, don't you? Oh, yeah. Rob says Cassandra. Okay, I already read that one. Big Dan, I will be at Dave & Buster's tonight and tomorrow night. Thanks for the warning, Big Dan. Let's see. Mackenzie Morgan and Cassandra Golden had a heck of a battle. Glad to see Action Jackson win as his Texas tag team partner coming back. Stay tuned. You never know what's going on between Big John Dalton and MKC. Patrick says, I'm surprised AEW hasn't booked your wrestlers for Dark and Elevation yet. Actually, Kate Toomer was just there in St. Louis this week. And also, we've had several of ours get booked with WWE. So don't discount that. Stay tuned. Lamb says Mike Anthony was at Spring Break TV tapings. Whoa, here's a little bit of a rumor. Stay tuned and stay tuned what he had to say about his Memphis wrestling future. Yes, so it was advertised that Mike Anthony's future would be determined at the Spring Break episodes. So let me tell you this. Stay tuned. Keith says, Swole, it's time to bash Ash. I like that. Ben says, whatever happened to Hot Shots and Justin Klein after RC was left out? Who knows? Maybe they're at the college somewhere, Ben. Who knows? Rob says, love seeing Colton getting some licks on the Hollyweirds. Yeah, Colton with an awesome promo today. Really seemed like he was speaking from the heart. Seemed like Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock has promised him a whole lot of stuff, but all he did was kind of play second fiddle to Van Vicious. Also, he's won a lot more matches than Van Vicious. And I think he's accomplished a lot more than Van Vicious at this point. So maybe there's just some sort of Jimmy Blaylock, I don't know, bromance or something with Van Vicious. Anyways, Van is tight with Jimmy, and it kind of put Colton on the outs here. And Colton's feeling a certain way about it. Yes, send me an email. And Championship Wrestling, yes, presented by CarShield tomorrow at noon. Silver Gray, can't wait to see that crooked Reverend put down with the swole slam. Me too. Big John's listening to the Enterprise. Come on, Big John. Matt the Rat is a liar. Do you do any impressions? You're scum, Jack. I know that's what you're looking for. You're scum. I can't say that. Is this the crew? Saw Ric Flair cosplay guide, A Dark from St. Louis. What's up, Ronald? How are you? We're talking a little Memphis wrestling. I have just a couple of more minutes. Blaylock's like Paul Heyman of Memphis. He lies and cheats. Yeah, had a big, huge week with the Memphis Grizzlies this week. Grind City Wrestling took place on Wednesday night after a back-to-back. Memphis Wrestling was a big part of the production and setting all that stuff up. Also, Van Vicious and Mike Anthony were a part of that. Tim Bosby defended the Internet Championship successfully against Ray Collins in the pregame, which was presented by Casamigos. So lots of really cool stuff out at FedEx Forum featuring Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray. If you want to see that match in full that happened at halftime and all the behind-the-scenes exclusive photos, you have to be a subscriber to Memphis Wrestling Plus. All you have to do is go to MemphisWrestlingPlus.com. The full halftime match is up right now. Also, like I said, all the photos from behind the scenes of this event and during the event, it's all available there at MemphisWrestlingPlus.com. Rob says it was great that the show stepped aside to let Toomer get him some Maurice. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. Patrick says Lindsay Dorado came to Memphis this week. Yes, absolutely. And I will tell you that, guys, I don't know if I've ever seen a Memphis wrestling crowd as excited as what we had at Spring Break. And yes, it was lucha. It was lucha lit. So Big John Dalton is hosting a Spring Break party. Lindsay Dorado is lucha lit. And then also everything else that's going on in Memphis wrestling is happening on Spring Break. Just wait till you see it. It's going to be awesome. But yes, Lindsay is there. spring break, bring your sunscreen. Lindsay was awesome. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I have just a couple of more minutes and then I'm going to wrap it up. I thought today's episode was absolutely fantastic. I would have loved to see the gun show in action against Marista Strong, but I think I liked it even better to see Kay Toomer get just a little bit revenge. And if you think Kay Toomer's done, trust me, he's not done at all. Kay Toomer got his revenge on Maurice a little bit, yes. Not sure who you guys are talking about. Anyways, that's all the time I have. Thank you guys for joining me here on the live reaction for episode 110. If you missed the episode, go back and watch it in full. And then also around the 2 p.m. hour, you're going to see all the matches here available in full on this YouTube channel. Also, tomorrow at noon, Championship Wrestling presented by CarShield. You will not want to miss it. Danny Limelight defends the United World Heavyweight Championship against Outlandish Zicky Dice. Also, Jordan Clearwater will be on the program, along with Peter Avalon. Then next week, not this weekend, but next weekend, the premiere of Derby City Wrestling right here on this YouTube channel. Let's see what you guys said. 110 and every Saturday, brand new content. That's right, every Saturday at noon right here, noon Central Time. We'll see you tomorrow, Rob. Dan, I'll see you tonight at Dave & Buster's. Hopefully you guys can make it out there. I will have 100 ounces of beer on the table. Oh, yeah. And I'll see you guys either tonight, tomorrow night at Dave & Buster's, or I'll see you next week right here. Yes, Derby City. Derby City. Yes, next week. Next week. WrestleMania is going to be awesome. See you guys later.